welcome back. Day 3. I got up bright and early and I headed off up a very large hill. Not really a mountain. I think a mountain's got to be 1,000 feet or something like that. So a very, very large hill anyway. Good morning. So you joined me on the side of Benan this morning. So I think it's day 3. And this is in the Stirling region, if I remember rightly. I've just walked up the... You would not believe how steep that bit is, so I didn't vlog that. Anyway, it was a little bit dark because it is stupid o'clock in the morning. It's before 5 now. I've come up Benan in the hope of a sunrise, but if not, I'm just going to get the views anyway, so it should be absolutely spectacular. It's already gorgeous and I've only walked up about half an hour, so absolutely stunning. To show you how steep those stairs were, by the way, I'll jump forward into the future and I'll show me going down, so you can make your own mind up. Anyway, a bit of practical advice. There's a car park right at the bottom of Benan. It's £3 all day, so, and people have been leaving tickets around as well, I guess, when they've done. I think I was about the 4th car in the car park, and to be honest, I'm a little bit late. I'm in a bit of a rush, which is why I'm puffing and panting. Nothing to do with the fact that I'm old and I've got a big bag on my back. Right. So I'm 2 days in now to my Scottish trip, and it's absolutely beautiful, this place. And I'm only really in the south of Scotland, really. So I've got Glen Coe and Skye to come yet, and obviously finishing up in Edinburgh as well. But if it's all like this, it's going to blow my mind. So I hope you're enjoying it. I don't know if you saw in the news the other day, but there were queues on some of the mountains in the UK. I think Penny Fan was definitely one of them. I'd like to see people queuing to get up here. I don't even like heights, and these steps are scaring me. I must be mad.
Young, and we didn't want to be exposed. Even though it was cold, we were never wearing proper clothes. Always trying to be cool, trying to be those bad guys, smoking cigarettes behind the school. Always trying to be cool, trying to be those bad guys, you know. I still think about what we had when we were younger. We were never running out of time. As long as we had each other, oh, everything was black and white. I Driving in a car, never knowing how far we go. When we were younger, when we were younger, I remember a girl. I would sneak into her parents' house. I could stay for hours, and we looked into each other's eyes. Hey, I thought I was Romeo, I was looking for my Juliet. And as soon as I left, I told my friends.
So the first composition I've decided upon is, as the sun was coming up, it was just peeking over the top, so just perfect for a sun flare. So F22 sun flare, just lighting up the rocks in front of me. So the sun flare in the background, dark contrasted background, and then lit up rocks in the foreground. So that's the first image.
Those days made me who I am. When we were younger, we were never running out of time. As long as we had each other, oh, everything was black and white. Driving in a car, never knowing how far we go. When we were younger, oh, when we were younger.
So I've been up here about an hour now. It's bloody freezing, but it's an absolutely gorgeous place, but I'm not inspired. So photography wise, I've done a couple of panoramas. The sun lit up the mountain on the other side, so I've taken one of those, but I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the cold, but it's just a little bit disappointing. So I'll put the images here anyway. Tell me what you think. So that was Ben Arn. What did you think about that? I think in total, so I'm on my way back down now. I think in total it's about 3.5 miles to the top. And I think my my tracker app said it was something like 900 feet to the top. So it's a hell of a steep climb. Absolutely beautiful place when you get to the top. I wasn't that inspired with the photography, to be honest, but I have taken some shots that hopefully you'll have seen by now. And I did enjoy flying the drone as well, so that was quite cool. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to switch you off now and I'm going to head back to the car. I've got a big breakfast at the B&B when I get back. So I will see you next time.
So after a great breakfast, but a fairly disappointing morning, to be honest. I mean, they always say that a great view doesn't make a photograph, and that was definitely the case. It was a glorious place up there. I mean, the sun was shining, it was great flying the drone, it would get great panoramas, but trying to focus in on something and making some order out of the chaos was just really, really difficult. I did really struggle. But anyway, you saw the images. So I headed off into Glen Coe, and if you follow the A82, you go past a number of iconic places. There are a number of huts, there are waterfalls, there are mountains, there are all sorts of things. So I headed off. The day was a bit grey, so I tried to make what I could out of it, and the first place I went to was Lochs. It's an absolutely gorgeous place, but there was no light. I had to wait for a very long time. and wandered around in the kind of boggy, wet marshland as well, trying to find an image. As far as compositions are concerned, I came up with these two. So the first one has middle ground interest. I flattened out all the water with I think it was a 10-stop filter, just catching the sun in the background on the mountains, and the clouds have got some interest as well. So that was a fairly interesting shot. It was a pity that the sunlight wasn't lighting up the island in the middle as well, but that's all we had. And then for the second shot, I put the rocks in the foreground, so give you a leading line from those rocks through to the mountains, again with a little bit of patches of light in the background. And then I moved up to the River Etive area where Buckle Etive Moor is, and there is an iconic shot there with the waterfall flowing down the front with trees in the background, and then this pyramidal triangular mountain in the background. The problem was there was no water. That was the whole of my time in Glen Coe. I found there was no water, so it was it wasn't pathetic, but it was. If you look at the rock was probably yay big, and there was only this much that was covered in water. So I used that and then framed the triangular mountain in the background and put that into an image. And then I moved further upriver to try and get some more interesting foreground, and I came up with these two shots. If you carry on up the A82, I think it's on the right hand side, you come to Clahaig Falls. So I went there to take a couple of images as well. I was wary that there wasn't much water, and actually there was a lot of tourists around, even though the day was quite grey. So I took these two shots. One is kind of a close in shot, and one is a panning shot, so further out, showing the backdrop as well. And then I went to try and take another iconic shot of Black Rock Cottage, I think it's called. But when I got there, well, firstly the light was crap anyway, but secondly there were motorbikes and cars outside the hut. And as much as I like Photoshop, Lightroom and Photoshop, there was no way I could have Photoshopped those out, so I just left it. And then on the way out of there, we came past Langab Hut, which is another iconic spot, and I took this shot with the cottage in the bottom left hand side. There's a little bit of interest in the river. Again, it was really, really dry, so there's a lot of rocks, and then leading up to the mountains in the background. Then the last and final destination for the day was Glen Coe Pass. So I'd read in the book that you could get up onto a promontory and allow you a view of the iconic V-shaped valley of Glen Coe Pass. When I got there, it was like this. I don't know if you can hear this, but I'm stood overlooking Glen Coe Pass, and it's blowing a howly, and it's snowing and raining. I'm not
happy? This is me hiding behind a rock, getting out of the weather. Glen Coe, sunny 5 minutes, raining, howling, a gale, 20 minutes, sunny again, and then howling, a gale again. It's perfect for photography. But would you want to be anywhere else? Just look at it here.
However, through hiding down behind a rock, covering myself up so I didn't get completely soaked, my camera didn't get completely soaked, I waited and I waited, and a little bit of sun did come out, and I took this shot. So that was it for day 3. No grey images, there's no keepers as far as I'm concerned. I made the best of a grey day with no water, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway. I will see you next time when I move out of Glen Coe and I go up into Skye for some very, very dramatic photography. See you next time.